Sometimes I'm really glad that my phone doesn't work or I didn't get a phone call because Keith built out this huge ass fire pit moving like a couple of hundred cinder blocks, and he didn't once call me. It was freaking amazing.
I didn't call you because I fired your father and I fired your brother from helping me. I did the whole thing by myself because all they kept doing was causing me extra work.
There are times when you want people around to like help, and there's times like just get the hell out of the way and let me do it.
Oh yeah.
I do it on my own.
I
I don't know if you guys feel that way. I sometimes I feel like, you know what, it just let me turn my music on, let me do this. I know I'm gonna be beat and tired when I'm done, but at least I know you're out of my fucking way.
Dude, I actually watched a pretty fascinating video. There's a thing called ADHD interruption, and people with ADHD get this laser focus, and they'll get like almost meticulous in nature. And when you walk up and distract them, that's when they'll lash out because you completely broken their focus pattern, and it's so hard to get back to that level because we're so easily distracted. And I took the video immediately, handed it to Elizabeth, and like, just watch this.
What's funny is that towards the end, I had to drill holes through concrete to lay some rebar across for the platform for the diamond grill and the diamond plated screen. And I had Scott drill the holes. So last night, sitting around the fire after the whole thing is done, I said, if there's something wrong with this, it's because of those 6 holes he drilled.
Of course you did, because that's the way it's supposed to work.
That's right.
Oh, man. Me, I freaking mowed the farm, which is always a all-day freaking event trying to get that all done. But, we got that one nice little rain spell, and now my freaking yard looked like it was a hayfield. All the tall grasses had grown up and everything. Still got a weed whack tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't get anything close to your arms. I got a couple of scars on the back of my hand, but nothing close to all your your arm scars.
And I'm still thriving. I'm looking forward to next weekend when we start chopping down trees and everything. We're gonna get beat up all over again.
He picked up the cherry picker to go up and do like 18 trees on one farm, another 16 trees on the other farm. So.
And some of these, some of them are small trees, but some of these, you're talking ginormous trees. We're gonna have to run pulley systems on and everything else to make sure they don't crush houses and goats. And
if one of us is not here next Monday morning, you know why.
If Keith's not here, it's because I pushed him in front of one. What'd you guys do this weekend? Anything fun and exciting?
So I got to sit with my daughter by myself for 4.5 hours this weekend, and she unchaperoned, and she cried for about 4 hours of it. It was lovely.
Smart kid. Good judge of character.
Yeah.
That kid's going, what the fuck is this?
Where's my mommy? It's Mustache Man.
You need to get mom one of those mustaches so she gets used to it.
Right.
Have you guys seen those videos of the dads that have the big gnarly beards with their babies, and all of a sudden they cover up with a towel and they pull it off and they shaved, so like the kid can see him right here, right? And then they get that, they take it off and they're like, wait, that's not dad anymore. So friggin'. But
Steve, what did you and Matt do? You guys celebrated an anniversary, didn't you?
Well, we had an anniversary. We're celebrating later. I went and saw the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie on our anniversary.
Oh my!
Didn't you guys also go see Meg too? Didn't I? That happened last.
Oh, now that happened. I just rented that to my big screen at home, and we watched Meg 1 and Meg 2 back-to-back double feature.
I haven't even seen 1 because I have no desire.
Oh my god!
Actually, 1 is pretty good.
Jason Statham fights the shark. What could not go well?
Listen, Meg 1 was good because my boy Rainn Wilson was in it. I love Rainn Wilson. The fact that they killed him off in 1, I will not watch 2. They can.
He did, yeah, for sure. Well, number 2, like if a movie could jump the shark, number 2 totally. It went far beyond. Like number 1 was good.
Like it was almost like Sharknado.
Yeah. It was more. It was
Snakes on Planes, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, but it was good. So we did movies, and then yesterday I took a 5-hour nap in the middle of the day. That was amazing.
Wow. Sundays are made for naps. I'm telling you.
Oh, it was
5
glorious.
hours. That's impressive.
I was very proud of myself, actually, that I accomplished it.
So we did go see the solar eclipse. Of course, we went to a bar to watch it. That was a good time. I didn't realize the trees diffused the light so much and made the little crescents on the ground. That was pretty rad.
Yeah.
So, well, we're going to try something new. We're going to start bringing on some guests to be part of the show. And one of us will be bringing on a guest, and the other three have no clue who it is. So we're going to start off and give some kind of clues of who it might be and see if you guys can guess who our mystery guest is. So it was my go this week to bring on a guest. So this should be a little bit fun. So she's an animal lover. She's actually has desires to open up an animal retreat farm sanctuary type place. She's
where's she gonna open us up at?
Oh, I'm not giving that away. She's an introvert who thinks she's an extrovert. She is in SEN. She's actually been in 3 chapters of SEN. She's a dancer. She's a complete pain in my ass.
I know it is.
And she builds super sticky, sweet websites. Now you can turn it on.
Yay!
Jessica
Welcome, Jessica.
It's the bee poop girl.
Hey. Or are we keeping our language PG?
No, fuck no. Hold on, Jessica. I'm updating your name for you.
Listen, just so you guys know, we just taught Jessica how to cuss about 3 weeks ago. So she's still getting used to this whole thing.
You know, like when a little kid cusses for the first time and it's just kind of cute more than it is, anything else.
So I actually taught my youngest son the word shit. He was saying shoot, shoot, shoot. And then I did something. I said shit. And then it turned to shit. I was like,
nice.
Great.
Nice. Mother of the year.
Yeah. There you go.
How was Hanger Dance this weekend? Wasn't that this weekend?
That was this weekend. It was a lot of fun because it was the first time, like, we didn't plan it, but all of us brought our little girls out and they were all dressed up and having fun. So it was all about the little girls more than us this time around.
Stevie jumped the shark. Oh, Fonzie.
Fonzie, yeah, for sure.
That was awesome. For those of you that, Jessica, you probably don't know who Fonzie is, but he actually skied in that scene and everything else. That was him. There was no stunt double for that.
Love it.
Crazy.
Love it.
So Jessica's going to hang out with us the rest of the show and participate in all the craziness we have coming up. So let's. You're welcome for that one.
Oh, that was a little extra loud. I needed a warning. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, don't worry. It gets better today.
We get to put Gruber on the spot, right? And like make her go first and all these categories.
Okay, well, I asked Donnie for prompts. He did not tell me about this. Let's get personal.
Good.
No, I did. I gave her somewhat of a heads up. So this first segment is, what are your nicknames that you had growing up? What were some of the crazy things you were called? And
here's what I'd like you guys to do, because I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, I want to know your nickname when you were a kid, and then I'd love to know what was your favorite nickname of all time, either when it's now or when you were a kid or something like that. So because some of us have a lot of nicknames. Donnie,
I do.
I feel like it's like weird for me because my nickname is my name, right? Nobody knows my real name. So Stevie Don is a nickname. It's not. So it's my favorite. This is what I use.
Did you see Donnie's face?
Yeah, I really did. Damn, how many years have I known you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So to answer Keith's question, this is the nickname I had as a child, and this is still my favorite nickname.
Well, I mean, if you want to get technical and go that regard, Donnie's a nickname as well, but my real name is Donald. But you don't call me Don. Don't call me friggin' Donald or Don. It's Donnie.
Donald is short for Dick.
Yeah. So
instead of Donald Duck, it's Donald Dick. Is that what you're saying?
But Donald Duck was one of my nicknames as a kid. That's as I started out. But Bernie, what about you? Nicknames?
I've had quite a few over the years. So I'm the third. So I've always been Little Bernie or Bad 3 because my initials are BAD. And then my grandma, for whatever reason, she called me Schwartz.
Bad 3.
Don't know why.
The Schwartz is strong.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Exactly.
That's it. The power of the Schwartz.
Wow. Jessica?
So from family nicknames, Jessie Bess, which is my least favorite because I hate the name Jessie.
Got it. Noted.
So Jesse, how's that?
Right.
So my cousin gave me the nickname Jekylla because he couldn't pronounce Jessica, so she could keep calling me Jekylla. And then once I got into high school, they would call me Hill Chicklet. My maiden name is Hillman, and so they would just call me Hill Chicklet.
Hill Chicklet.
Yeah.
Hill Chicklet.
So Elizabeth has one of those where when my nieces and nephews couldn't pronounce her name, so she was Elizabeth for a little while.
Elizabeth.
Right. So.
That I can't say here.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, Keith and I have a unique name. We all three of us boys share a nickname. So Scott got it first. With
I had it once he got it when I was in junior high. When he was in high school, he was Bo. Much easier to pronounce than Boivin. So because nobody knew how to pronounce our last name, so it was just Bo. And so I was Little Bo.
And then I became Tiny Bo, which became
he was
Little
Bo. He was Little Bo Peep.
We had that in high school too, because I have two older sisters, so I was like the tiny Hillman. And so they would be like big, little, tiny Hillman.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Bo, Little Bo, and Tiny Bo.
Yeah, which became Tidy Bowl sometimes. So, but later on, especially when I was in the Marine Corps and even years after, I still got friends that I've had friends for 35 years that still call me Bo. And through a lot of the Marine Corps, I was called Bo.
And then we had a grandfather that nicknamed all three of us as too when we were young kids. So we were just going through this the other day because I was Sam the Paper Man because I was the only redheaded kid in the family.
I was Bingo, and I have no idea where Bingo came from. But Scott was Pokey Joe.
Pokey Joe.
So
slow everywhere.
Fuck if I know.
Again, we don't know. Mine's the only one that we knew where it came from.
But what's fun is Dad was an over-the-road truck driver, and when we jump on the CB, those nicknames became, at least for me, it was my handle.
Yeah.
So even into adult life, I was on the CB. I was known as Bingo, which was a lot of fun. But I got some worse ones. So my favorite one of all time is still Uncle No-No. A lot of my nieces and nephews still call me Uncle No-No.
A lot or all?
All.
Not just his 6 nieces and nephews by blood. He's got nieces and nephews from his close friend circle, right? That call him Uncle No-No as well.
Yeah. So, and then when you get my buddy Joe together, it's No Jojo. And it just gets two people with one stone. So
exactly right. So
because I went by Bo in the Marine Corps, my buddy Jersey Mike didn't like calling me Donnie, didn't want to call me Bo, so it became Bonnie. And every time I was around Mike for a long time, I got called Bonnie.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one might stick for a while.
Remember that one,
Bonnie.
But that's not my favorite one.
It's better than Boney.
No, I got an even better one. So, once upon a time, while living in St. Louis, I highlighted my own hair, so I had brown hair with yellow highlights. And one of the funniest guys on the planet, Mike Whitaker, I played on the softball team for Medicine Shop. And so I had shaved head on the side, bright yellow on top, affectionately called me Beaker. So I was Beaker for a hot minute.
Are there photos of that look?
Yeah.
I feel like we should see.
I tried to find one just so I could show you guys. I just couldn't get there fast enough to.
Yeah, you know what's funny? We should do that. Come up in the next few weeks is find old photos of ourselves. And
oh my god, that would be fun.
I'm pretty sure mine all went up in a house fire.
Pictures where it didn't happen. Thanks, Jules.
Hilda Bags, Hilda Barf, Broom Hildy, Hilda Hia, No Hildy, Hilda Rhea, Gonorrhea. It keeps going.
Oh wow,
Gonorrhea. That's rough. Any other nicknames?
Yeah, my favorite one. My daughter. I don't know why this ever happened. The group she fell in friends with and everything else. Like none of them had a parents that gave a shit about them. There was always like 8 or 9 kids in my apartment in Daytona Beach, and they affectionately referred to me as Padre. So
Hydrate.
I was the one safe place everybody could come and be in an environment where they knew they weren't going to get their ass kicked by their parents.
To show how insane this is, there is a good chance that I will be going on a cruise with Keith in March because he's walking a gal down the aisle and her dad will be sitting in the audience because Keith is bad.
Her dad is going to be there, but I'm walking her down the aisle and I'm like, Donnie, you want to go?
Right. Scott's like, I have some great pictures from my childhood. He scares me.
Hey, send him my way.
Guess what else? What else he has?
What's that?
He has a certain video of a church performance.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
He does not.
No, he does.
No, it's gone.
No, we found it. Trust me. It's going to resurface.
So there's a video of me singing a solo in a church choir.
It sounds. Have you guys ever heard a dog get shot in its back leg?
Yeah, it's fucking bad. It's
the dog should die, but it doesn't die, and you want to have mercy on it. That's actually worse.
I think that's actually a better sound than what I sounded like. So, yeah,
Wow.
it's.
Well, you gotta love siblings because I had my sister sending me pictures this weekend too, and I was just like, oh, I didn't know that one existed. So
don't worry, we all have blackmail. Keith's really good at karaoke. So, and I've already got the video. So this is 1 for 1 if we want to play this game.
I'm holding mine to you. You play your parts. I'll play mine.
See, I'm an only child. I don't got to worry about none of it.
Oh, that explains everything. You paint.
I know.
That explains everything.
Spoiled rotten.
Okay, that one was better, Donnie.
that one was good. I'll agree with that.
I didn't hate that one.
It gets worse. It gets worse. So left my own devices, I got to create these damn things. So, all right, Miss Jessica, tell the world who the hell you are, and then we're gonna grill you with a bunch of different random questions. So, who the hell are you?
Cool. So I'm the CEO founder of Buzzworks. We build super sticky sweet websites. We've been doing it for over 10 years, and it's something. Before I was working for agencies, kind of was running an agency and said, why the hell am I doing this for someone else? And so I broke off on my own, and now I'm here.
Love it. Love. I don't mean to laugh in
Wow.
but
Yes.
Yes.
She's my new favorite mom on the planet.
She's awesome too. She's one of the coolest ladies on the planet. She really is. Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh my gosh. We were totally
Mama
listening
has
to you,
parents.
Jessica.
I thought I just gave the best intro ever. So
You did. You did. Awesome. Jeez.
So, how long you been part of SCN now, Jess?
It's been it's been 2 years. So
Glutton for punishment, or you actually like it?
it keeps me busy.
How long you been a dancer?
How long have I been? It's been over 10 years. I started in college. It was something that.
And it's polka, right?
Swing dancing, 1940s. If you go out and watch the silver screen movies, that's the type of dancing that I do. Used to be one of those girls that flew over the guy's head, but yeah, kids stopped that. So.
All right, how'd you come up with B shit for a name for your company?
Used to be a beekeeper when I was young. So
Really?
Yeah. So
I always wonder what the super sticky sweet websites came from, because that does not lend itself always to the type of websites I think you were building.
Yeah. Super sticky and sweet. Thank God it's bees.
So yeah, used to have about 7 hives, and that was actually my first business. As a child, we would extract the honey and take it to a local health store and sell it. So that was kind of my first taste of being an entrepreneur.
Literally?
How old were you?
Literally, yeah.
No,
How
you
old?
literally tasted it.
Yeah, Donnie, the joke went nowhere. Just let it die.
Yeah.
That one. How old were you, Jess, when you did that?
Oh, I was probably 11 or 12. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
So you should get back into it, because I really want to make mead.
Yeah, no. It's hot. It's Texas.
Yeah, it's too much work.
I
Way
mean,
too
that
much.
was my
Oh, yeah.
past life. Like, Donnie, you live my past life, and I enjoy it from afar.
So, you know, you've been helping us build out SCN and the likes, and bringing this all to the level it's at. I mean, you've done a tremendous amount building out Fort Worth for us and helping us build a lot of systems and processes. Why did you get so ingrained and involved in what we're doing and what we're building?
You guys just kept sucking me in.
I was gonna say, other than Donnie bribery would be my thought, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's bribery. It's more just telling on a regular basis.
Well, I mean, it did take you a year for me to say I'll be president. So
that's true. That's true. So, regret it yet? Every day.
No.
What's your favorite part? Like, you do a lot of different things, right? You train presidents all over the country. You train new presidents coming in. You growing out Dallas, Fort Worth. What's your favorite part of what you're doing with everything that you got going on?
What drives me is seeing the success of people. I mean, yeah, I have my own success and it's built my businesses, but being able to go weekly in front of these people and see that it's actually building their businesses as well. And they're taking advantage of it and collaborating outside of the meetings. I mean, the meetings are only an hour long and you don't get, it's FaceTime pretty much to remind you that you're here with these people, but the real action is taken outside of the meeting. Sorry, and coming back every week and seeing the successes and what people have done with the collaborations in our group has been amazing.
Okay, I'm going to put you really on the spot real quick, and I hope I make you crumble on this one. Give us an example. Like, what's your favorite success story?
Yeah, the greatest thing to do for an introvert is literally put them on the spot like that with no prep and no warning. That's
you see your face go, ooh.
I mean, I can talk about my successes. I think it's pulling leaders out. So they come into the network and they're kind of like me. They're kind of quiet. I'm like, hey, you want to go be president? And they're like, what, me? Hell no. I'm like, it's going to be good. There's a system, there's a process, there's a framework. They're like, okay. I mean, Bernie is kind of a system process guy. Talked to Donnie, he was like, holy shit, what am I getting myself into? I'm like, and then he comes and talks to me and I'm like, calm down. This is what we're gonna do.
Here's the lines. This is what we do.
And then he's like, okay, let's go. And now he's launching his group October 22nd. It's 27th.
That's right. That's right.
Nice.
11 days.
Hey, go Alphabet. Go mind your business.
Yeah, Alphabet. Nobody can pronounce your last name, Joe.
Listen, I finally got it. It's Marchizan.
Yeah, Gazoon type.
Exactly.
Damn it, I lost my question. I was laughing so hard I lost my own damn question.
Joe said,
I know what it was. Doug Mitchell, he's done a lot of the big name groups, programs, spent a ton of money on masterminds and the likes. And I'll say this is all because of Jessica, but he said this is the most well-organized machine that he's been a part of, from the way we put the conference together, the way the groups are run and structured. He goes, everybody else that I've been through is an absolute shit show of a process. I probably shouldn't say all that, but his words. And he's like, when I came into SCN and saw your guys' world, he goes, this is completely night and day. He's like, no other stage have I been on have they provided me with all the marketing and the collab stuff you do. Sitting down with Jessica and getting everything dialed in and organized, he goes, it's insane. Nobody else goes to this type of level. So trust me, that has nothing to do with me. If anybody knows me for 5 seconds knows that I am not the detail, follow the rules type of person. How easy has it been just building all this back end kind of systems and process and dealing with me and Keith?
We take it day
I think those are two separate
day by day.
I'll take it. Dealing with you and Keith. Those are.
I was trying to deflect it.
Answer the first question, ignore the second one.
Like those are two separate questions.
How many people are going to come to her rescue? Like, come on, we get a chance to beat up on her and live show here.
Well, this is what happens when you put other women with me. They come in and back me up.
Are you talking about Bernie? Sorry, Bernie. That was a softball. That was a softball.
Bernie's new nickname, the bearded lady.
That's that I love.
I mean, they have a restaurant here in Fort Worth named after you.
I know.
Bar or something.
That was actually my first date with my girlfriend, with the bearded lady. Thanks, Bernie.
You're welcome.
All right, answer the damn questions, Jessica.
Which one?
What's it been like building out all the systems and process and stuff? I don't remember what the second question was.
So the systems and processes, it's actually the challenge part of it. It's all in my head. It's getting it out there and getting it to the people, and systemizing it. Julie, love you. I know you got me. So it and refining it. So doing it over and over and over again, so people can just take it and run. So this time we're on our second iteration of this. We have it more dialed in. I mean, the first time we went through the training, me and Keith were everywhere, and they were like, okay, let's sit down, let's focus in. And then we extended their training a month because we were like, yeah, we know we kind of messed up.
Well, it took us a month to kind of get dialed in together on the same page.
Yeah. So
okay, let me rephrase the second question. Who's your favorite Boivin and why?
I don't even want to fall for that one. So
no, I'm going to tell you right now, it's Keith over me all day long.
I know the answer. I just want everybody else to be able to hear the answer.
I'll answer that one for you. Oh my goodness. Moving on. Guys, if you haven't spent any time with Jess, I highly recommend it. Freaking extremely intelligent gal that's really, really helped us build this far. And we're gonna have fun picking on her for the rest of the show. So,
well, I mean, I'd go as far as to tell you, right? Somebody that came in and leveraged networking like nobody else I've ever seen to grow their business. That's what you want to talk to her about, right? Yeah. How did you level your networking to be able to grow your business and have some of the largest accounts she's ever worked with this year, because of networking?
I had to, because I am a mom, and I'm always a mom first. So I had a way to put myself out there publicly. SCN gave me that platform to do so.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, babe.
Yep.
Got a little voiceover in that one.
That's good.
I'm okay with that. I was feeling it. It could have.
I've been looking forward to this. Section.
All right.
So as we were planning and prepping this one out, we were like, okay, let's talk about idiots of the week. And Stevie jumped up and immediately said, "Oh, I got it. I got it.
I have one to maybe compete with her.
Oh no, I'm sure you do. It always stands out as like my worst networking experience ever. And it was, 6 years ago. But we're doing all this. That was back before SCN, and so it was all in-person networking and all the things. And I had gone to like chamber events and met with people and then scheduled coffees. And I'm sitting, Donnie, remember when we used to sit at Bongiorno's out there? And I'm sitting out there and I had like back-to-back coffee set up, right? Like, let me just meet with a bunch of people at once. And so I had like my 9 o'clock, no problem. It was great. They left around 9:45 and I'm like, cool, 10 o'clock guy will be here. He walks in, he sits down. He doesn't say hello. He doesn't order coffee. He walks in, he sits down in front of me. So what did you want to meet about?
Cool.
I'm like, well, I thought it'd be great. I tried really hard, right? Like, I thought it'd be great to get to know you and see if there's any way that we can support each other in our businesses. I'm new, blah, blah, blah. And he let me like talk for like maybe 2 minutes. And I was trying to like explain, and they interrupted. He goes, yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm looking for. If you've got it, great. If not, I'm out. And he sold, here's the thing. He sold insurance. Like one of the 50,000 people that would sell insurance to me that day. Right. Like, and so like, he literally goes on this spiel. He gives me like 10 minutes about all the things he offers and why he's better than everybody else. And he goes, so are you buying insurance? And I said, no, I'm not interested. He just got up and left.
Nice.
Like, no, like,
love it.
Good to see you. nothing. And
That's my new style.
I would continue to see him at events, and I was like, I don't even know why you're here. Like, I don't understand.
I'm just gonna guess. I don't know who this person is, but go look on his LinkedIn profile and see if his previous job was used cars.
Oh, God, it was terrible. And it was just one of those, I was like just dumbfounded that then the whole rest of my day, all I did was tell other people about him. And how they needed to avoid him at all costs. So I'm sure I was not good for his business that day, but it was just, I could not believe, I've never had anybody that bad. Like, I've had people pitchy at like events and stuff, and that's fine. But I've never had somebody like literally not even give me his presence for more than like 15 minutes because I was not buying, so he was out.
So good. I know my next mission.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Who can we send Stevie's way?
Right.
Oh my God. No.
Jess, let's hear you.
Okay, this one's fresh. So we have our first Thursday happy hours every week. Me and Chad left a little bit early. We were going to catch some barbecue on the way out. Walking in the parking lot, a guy that was at the happy hour pulls up in his Tesla and cuts us off and starts talking to us.
What?
That's a little creepy.
It is a little creepy. I was very thankful. Chad, a 6-foot guy.
Yeah. Chad
was standing right next to me.
Yeah.
So proceeds to tell us about what he does. He's a comedian. So he was using, since he insulted my people, I don't mind doing this. He started insulting like all the conversations he had. And I was like, okay, this is kind of an asshole. You're not really funny doing this. But then he jumped out of his car and opened his trunk. And it was like trench coat of swag products.
God.
Well, hey, listen, thank God it was swag products and not
right.
Don't stop there. He starts showing us this fanny pack and telling us about this fanny pack.
Bernie, stop. I can't take no more of this.
But it's not just the fanny pack, it's what's inside the fanny pack.
Oh no, I do want to know, but I don't want to know. It's a horror.
First aid.
Yes.
First aid supplies.
Close.
Hand sanitizer.
No.
Gloves.
No. A gun, a knife, and a tourniquet.
Jesus.
And I'm like, okay, Chad. Thank you for
time to go.
Here with me.
What the
Wow, that would not have gone well had I been standing there.
Gosh. How did y'all get out of it? Did you just like run away?
We said bye and we walked off.
Who does that?
I don't know. It was the very.
Do you think he's gonna come back to the next one?
What?
He's just prepared for the apocalypse. It's fine.
Well, yeah.
Not in a Tesla. Apocalypse, no power. I have a fucking Tesla.
I have, yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that is scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, ladies, whenever you go out networking, especially with a bunch of men, make sure you have your men that are with you.
Jesus. So mine was, that's crazy. Years ago, back when I was doing all the networking, like everywhere, all the places and everything, this gentleman walks in, and we're at this kind of a nicer, richier place, and he walks in, and you can spot him a mile away because he is legitimately in a plaid suit, like hair greased back, plaid suit, like everything you think a disgusting used car salesperson, should look like. And he's got these pamphlets, and I'm watching him work the room, and he's walking up and he's shoving a pamphlet in these people's hands, and then he is like all up in their business. I'm like, fuck, I just got to avoid this guy. So I'm constantly maneuvering around the room to not get anywhere near this guy. Anytime he gets close, I just change conversations, right? And it was almost like he was following me through most of the damn room. Finally, I got myself put into a damn corner, like shit, I got nowhere to go. Dude walks up. and hair grease back, everything, hits me with the tilted head cheese dick smile, right? And he's like, "You need to buy my dental insurance." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "This is the best dental insurance on the plan. You've got a," and he starts coming at me. I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know who the fuck you are." He goes, "But this is the best dental insurance on the planet." He goes, "You got to buy this. You have to buy it today." I'm like, "No, I don't have to buy a fucking thing," because now I'm getting irritated. And he goes, "But this is how they told me to do it." And I said, "Well, can I teach you something?" He goes, "Sure." I said, "How about you just walk up and get to know people?" And he goes, "Let me try." He turns around, looking to the next person, head tilt, cheese dick smile. "You need to buy my dental insurance." I'm like, "I'm out. I got nothing for you, dude." But
Wait to take direction.
Right? Yeah. Good notes. Good notes.
I literally have never seen anybody that was like full display of everything you should not be doing. So crazy. Any others? So, all right, here we go.
Nice.
I've been waiting for that one the entire show.
I hope a certain someone was watching because she just got freaked the fuck out right there.
I hate scary shit. I hate all of it, but I'm like, oh, I can't resist. I've totally got to do this.
That was awesome.
So since we're in October, we are going to be talking about some of the crazy Halloween costumes, some of the crazy Halloween stories, the things that have happened throughout the years with things, all haunted houses. So who wants to start off?
Let's start off with our favorite Halloween outfit we've ever seen. So mine was in Daytona Beach when a gal was wearing a black cocktail dress with little white spots all over it, and she had a name tag on that said Eileen.
So wrong. It's very
Come
creative.
on, Eileen.
So wrong.
Yeah. Come on,
That's
Eileen.
fantastic.
Mine's the mammogram box. So it's a gal has a
free
cardboard
mammograms.
Yeah. It's a cardboard box the guy's carrying around, and when you lift it up, it's a place for the woman to put her boobs right there inside the cardboard box, so you can get free mammograms. So I'll have to find a picture of that one.
I don't think we need it. I think we get it. I don't think I need photographic evidence.
Yeah. Yeah. But please go find the picture.
So, what was your worst Halloween costume as a kid?
I was a pirate once, and I just put dirt all over my face in a patch.
I think I remember in Michigan, I wore just a Casper. You know, remember those old plastic masks you just put on? Yeah. I think all three of us had that Casper mask because there's like holes in it and shit. Like it could have been the hockey mask, like from Jason before that even existed.
I was a cardboard robot once. That with like the whole dryer vent tubes and everything on it. You know, that was a thing.
Nice.
So I did win a Halloween costume contest once in my Ren Fair stuff. But the main reason I won is I have a animatronic bird that goes on my shoulder. It's not animatronic, it's mechanical, so I can make its head move and everything else. And the bird actually won. But
you were just attached.
Yes.
Does that happen a lot in your life, Donnie?
Yes.
When I lived in Indianapolis, one of my neighbors had a ghillie suit, and he would get in this ghillie suit and hide. Had this huge rock on a corner lot that we lived on, and he would hide behind that rock and just scare the piss out of kids. And all the dads would have a keg of beer in my garage. We just sit there and watch this guy just rock these kids' worlds. It was some of the adults would kind of take a step back too. It was hilarious.
Scott did that one year down in Buford. So our oldest brother, he sat on his front porch as a scarecrow in a rocking chair and just sat there. And he'd wait for the kids to get all the way up on the porch, and then he'd jump. And the parents would run faster than the damn kids.
Oh, yeah. When we first moved into this house, the neighbors across the street, they were very, very into Halloween, right? They decorate their house and everything every year, but their kids were teenagers at the time. And so their rule was, right, when kids came up for candy, kids could come up for candy all day long, no problem. But if a teenager came up for candy, They had to tell them what their costume was, and then they had to like defend it. So if somebody came up and he's like carrying a basketball, he's like a basketball player, the dad would be like, shoot a hoop. Like you gotta dribble, you gotta do something, like you gotta show. Some kid came up like dressed like, I mean, he was just in street clothes. And he's like, well, I'm a rapper. And the guy goes, good, rap. And like he made everybody stand in a circle and try and get this fight. So he had to rap. That was the only way teenagers got candy. And it was we were drinking beer across the street. We were having a blast just watching all of these teenagers freak out over this they had to do. But it was awesome. It was awesome. That's one of my favorite Halloweens ever.
So I will probably never live this one down. There was
perfect.
Yeah. There was one year that I went as a walking disaster.
How?
Show up as Donnie?
Unfortunately, I didn't know him at the time. So
well, now you know how to do it.
I know how to execute it perfectly. So tore up clothes, hazard tape. This was in college when I had no money. Put a big orange hazard cone on my head. Everyone was signing. I brought a Sharpie. Everyone was signing the cone. It was an awesome time. We loved it.
That sounds great. I don't think that's a bad one. I think that's awesome.
That's a good one.
My favorite house I've ever trick-or-treated at was taking a niece around the neighborhoods, and there was the bucket of candy for the kids and a bucket of mini bottles for the adults.
Nice.
So they were literally, you'd walk up and the guy was sitting there, sitting in his rocking chair. He's like, want a shot now? You're just going to take it for the road. I'm like, well, let's pop it now. We're going to drink.
Absolutely.
So,
my favorite thing, my senior year in high school, 5 of us went down to Hangman's House of Horrors, right there near the medical district, and worked that haunted house. And it was great because there was 3 rooms that were set up the exact same. It was a square, like almost like a diamond white room with a door on one end and a window on the other end. And the first room you go through, and my buddy Bubba, he would come out of the door. And the next time you go into that room, I would be in the window. But they thought they were going to the exact same room, but there was actually 3 different rooms that were set up differently on the backside. So they're backed up to the window because they're afraid he's going to come through that door again. And then we were all had the Jason mask, so we couldn't say anything. I just would put my head up there and breathe hard, and they'd like freak out, run to the other side of the room. So, you had these flashlights and these handlers. You had a handler in front of you and a handler behind you, and one had his finger like on a belt loop, and the other person, you had your finger on his belt loop, and then you followed him through these little corridors. Like I had no idea where the hell I was when I got led in. And all of a sudden, you're doing all this stuff, and they tap you, and they go follow us, and you get tapped out for a 15-minute break. Then you go right back in. It was a blast.
I know that same haunted house we went with took mom and dad through and some of her friends. Well, mom worked for an eye doctor, and Sue Feather, was the funniest thing, wore glow in the dark contact lenses. So people would come up to try and scare her, and she'd just look at them, and they would freak the hell out because their eyes are glowing.
Nice.
It was that same night we're going through, and one of the rooms has got all the gutter drainage pipes hanging from the ceiling, and they're just dangling all over the place. And mom's in the middle of it, and she's a couple people in front of me, and all I hear mom say is, Donnie, get me the fuck out of here. Dude, mom said that, I snapped, and I ran around her, dude, and I just started clearing the path. I slammed my arm into a 4x4 that was, in the things. But at that point, I promise you, she was getting the fuck out. As soon as she said, get me the fuck out of there, I was just moving shit. And even one of the cast members kind of just jumped in front of me. Does it scare me? I just kind of planted him to a wall. Got mom out of there. Because mom's the worst. Mom is one of those people in the haunted house, man, that she is going to scream at anything. And it's a blood-curdling scream. So she scares people just by how loud she screams. In another haunted house, as we were walking through, mom jumps, and I'm like, what? And she goes, they grabbed my ankles. I said, nuh-uh. Right then somebody grabbed my ankles, and then you heard a yell. Because I went monkey stomping on them, like, don't touch me. So...
if you guys ever get a chance, probably the coolest thing they did now as an adult was I took my oldest daughter to Universal Studios, and we did the VIP backstage pass. And because there's like 12 haunted houses, they're all themed haunted houses, and you can maybe get to 3 of them in a night because of how long the lines are. But you do the VIP experience, which I think was $700 each. and they take you right to the front of the line, and you go like they have refreshments set up behind there. You get to meet the actors that are on break and stuff, but you go straight to the haunted houses. But the cool thing is there are 5 secret bars in Universal Studios, and they show you where all 5 are, and they're open the entire time the park is open. So there's one when you're going into Universal, and they got this like stage set up. But if you walk right to the stage and you turn right, there's a little bar right there. A little dude just sitting there selling drinks. So
that's crazy. I only found 1 bar in Universal.
Yeah, there's 5 secret bars that you would never ever find that are hidden in plain sight. It's like it's awesome.
Probably the coolest haunted house I've been to is here in the DFW area. There's one of the big Renaissance fair local is Scarborough Fair. Well, during Halloween that turns into Screams, and so all the cast. Yeah.
Waxahachie?
Yeah.
We gotta go.
So it's like 5 different haunted houses. You pay one price to get in. You get to go to like 5 different haunted houses. And so now you've got Rennies, who are professional Ren Fair people, now doing the haunted house. And they're pretty damn good. Except the one that I couldn't stand was one that's all neon lights. And it's like a maze. You're trying to find a way out, but everything looks the same. I can't stand those places. So, but it's pretty wild. So, right. I don't have one for this next section because I know I'm gonna fuck it all up. So, I'm just gonna try and put
We're all looking forward. Oh,
So I just like that one because I haven't corrected the spelling.
You got Jessica here too.
Oh, I know.
Donnie, who can't do this, and Jessica, the introvert. So this should be a lot of fun.
So if you guys have ever heard improv, there's the whole thing, yes, and. We tried to practice this damn thing, and I just foobarred the whole thing. But the whole premise is a person says a statement, you can't pass, you can't say anything. Whatever they finish your statement on is you got to say yes and continue the story. I go last. So I don't care who starts.
I'll start.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
This Halloween, I'm going to a haunted house.
Yes. And I'm taking Bernie.
Yes. And my dog Blue got his nuts taken off last week.
Yes. And I'm dressing the dog as a dragon.
Yes, and the dragon will breathe a shit ton of fire. Look at that. I got through one.
Yes, and you burnt down your mother-in-law's house.
Oh. Yes, and now you're headed to prison.
Yes, and now we're going to roast marshmallows over that fire.
Yes, and we're going to add the s'mores. We got to add the s'mores.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and because we're celebrating, we burned down the damn house.
Yes, but your mother-in-law survived.
Ooh, yes, and now she has it out for you.
Oh, yes, and now she's going to wear a polka dot dress.
You got it, Donnie?
No, it's yours. It's yours.
Don't tell me I got you on the polka dot dress.
It's yours, Jess.
Yes, and Halloween is coming.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and no, it's just breathing hard.
Yes, this conversation just went in a totally different direction.
Different
I was planning on.
Start it over. Kick it back another round, Keith.
All right, somebody else kick it off this time.
Go ahead, Stevie.
I went to the grocery store.
Yes, and when you went to the grocery store, you got shark popsicles.
Yes, and they were quite tasty.
Yes, and because they were shark popsicles, they were extremely messy.
Yes, and you then had to go hire a cleaning service to clean up your house.
Yes, and they found a dead body.
Yes, and that dead body started to move.
Yes, and then we're in Walking Dead.
Yes, and then that body started to run.
Yes, and we found out it was Donnie's in-law that survived the house fire.
Way to bring it full circle, Keith. Full circle.
Wow. Start it off, Bernie.
Oh gosh. I went driving in my new car and it is a hearse.
Yes, and it's black with the flame racing stripes on the side.
Yes, and the picture got taken, and now it's front page of the local newspaper.
Yes, and there were police cars chasing you.
Yes, and the pictures moved in the newspaper.
Yes, and the newspaper spontaneously combusted.
Why is everything burning?
I'm very fire theme right now. Yes, and that's when I woke up and realized I was in Harry Potter.
Yes, and that's when I also realized Donnie was in the backseat of the cop car.
Yes, and I thought he was in the hearse.
Yes, and we were only wishing and hoping.
Yes, and I got in the back of the police car because I was trying to get in the Harry Potter film. Still waiting on my damn letter.
But see, you didn't screw it up that time, Donnie.
Yeah,
You did
all
okay
right.
today.
Yeah.
So there might have been some practicing and rehearsing of trying to do this because I screwed it up so bad. I'm like, man, I'm gonna screw the pooch.
Okay,
on
but
this one.
I honestly, I did improv classes last year, so I was prepped for this.
She actually worked with the people who teach yes and, so I knew she could do it.
Improv classes, and you still said, Donnie, you got this?
It doesn't always work.
That's one thing I do want to do is I want to go take improv classes because I think it'd be a blast. So
Yeah, we got to go down to 4-day weekend.
weekend.
It's free on Saturday, free on Sunday. They'll do improv classes in between their shows.
It would be so awesome to have them at the summit and do a
It
full
would.
session on it.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. We got to go down there.
And I've done some work with them in the past, and you can't give them hardly any direction, right? So you can say, "Hey, this is the main person we want you to pick on." They won't even mess with that person because they're so used to doing the routines that they will pick the right people out of the crowd, and they're just good at reading a room to find the right people that are going to be, all fuck it up or really, really funny. My favorite thing they do though is "This Is Your Life," where they'll bring a dude up on stage and just throw a football back and forth and talk about, his life, his journey, and everything else. And then all of a sudden they'll ask him to go sit down. And
they'll reenact it.
And then the two actors come up and they reenact the whole thing.
So have you guys ever sat through one of their lessons?
No.
Okay, so it's really cool because like for people like me, it's like, you can't just throw me in that situation. And they really get you warmed up, and they're doing these, and Stevie, you probably know this since you're in that space, but they have you warming up doing these small activities to build you up into that bigger space. And so once you get to that bigger space, it's so much more comfortable to act those things out.
Yeah, even for me, that I'm pretty quick on my feet, but when you're right in the moment, it can be pretty hard to.
Hey, they had me on cocaine one time, so I had to do that, and then I got him back by making him blow the world's largest bubble gum. And yeah, he just couldn't not go there.
Right. I mean, if it's in something like that, like if you put me on cocaine in an improv setting, I got that one, no problem.
But me?
Oh, holy cow. Oh, well, that was fun. We got through that. Got through that.
There you go.
All right. Upcoming stuff. What do we have for announcements coming up? What do you guys have that we need to promote and put out there? I know, Stevie, you got Mama Knows Best.
I got Mama Knows Best coming up. I'm working on my lines. I do get to be drunk in one scene. So that's good acting.
Nice.
So last night we practiced it with wine. That way I would really be like in the method. Right?
Yeah, they call that method acting, right? Yeah.
So Keith and I should practice, like how we're going to be in the audience for that one. So we should be drinking way beforehand so we hit the audience just right.
So I think, in this show we have reindeer. I think I'm going to put you two in reindeer hats and have you be the reindeer that go mad in the play.
Bet.
Down.
I'm in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll buy a ticket.
One,
Justin's
100,
like,
100%.
let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we live stream this? I've got to see that.
Keith's like, I just want to be a tree. Like,
Yeah.
I don't keep telling him, like,
I don't have a need
I
for a
can-
tree, but I do have a need for a reindeer.
all right,
Perfect.
bet we're in. We're in.
But yeah, we got Mama's Own's Best coming up December 1st through the 10th. Tickets are already on sale, and we've actually already started selling tickets, which is awesome. Fleetwoodproject.org. So super stoked for that.
Nice. Bernie, what happens on the 27th?
27th, we launch the next national group for SCN based here out of Detroit. T-minus 11 days.
Woo-hoo!
Nice.
That's awesome.
So November 9th, I'll be in Boston with Jessica and Stevie as we go up there to do the Champion Summit, hanging out at the SoCo Arts Lab, which is a really, really cool space, man. It's a art and drawing and, a co-working space. So we'll be in there with artists and the whole 9 yards. There is only 50 spots available. That's all. We max out the place at 50 people. So if you're going to get tickets, move very, very, very fast. Just go to successchampionnetworking.com/champions-summit to get your ticket. Tickets are $59. If you don't want to come for the half day, you can just come for networking, drinks, and cocktails and dinner, which is $29 tickets. So
Rico did say she'd set up folding chairs in the parking lot. Just saying.
nice. Nice. Oh, look at Julie. Growth mode engaged.
Yeah.
Bernie's group.
That's right.
So
That's awesome. Yeah, Julie, I saw your post this morning on LinkedIn. That was awesome. Good for you.
And then we are going out to tour a couple of facilities for the Badass Business Summit coming up to get that dialed in. We're looking at a really, really cool place that I'm pretty stoked about. So stand by for that coming up. Then
Absolutely. We got Unfiltered Spirits. Jessica, when are we filming episode 2?
That's your job.
yeah.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go
and
talk to
she
Chad.
doesn't know.
Go talk to Chad. You and Chad. Go talk.
So,
But I
so
will say happy hour first Thursday every first Thursday in Fort Worth. We have not picked a location, but we will soon because we're already halfway through October. So
nice. And then Jessica and I will be starting a LinkedIn audio room. So stand by for that. We're going to be interviewing from the SEN company page. We're going to be interviewing some really cool influencers I know on LinkedIn. We're going to also be bringing in some local celebrities, a lot of the SEN members. And it's going to be a weekly thing that we'll be hosting on our LinkedIn company page. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Damn, we all have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And he still makes us show up at 8 a.m. on a Monday. What is he thinking?
Aw, poor Pablecito. Then this week in training for Champions Edge, we're doing growth mindset and sales and business for all the SEN members. So that goes Tuesday from 4 to 5:30. So we'll be rocking out for that. And for Champions Table, you get Miss Stevie Dawn for the next session in that one. So y'all be ready for that. So, but hope to see you guys in Boston. Come hang out with us. Otherwise, we will see y'all next Monday. We are live here every Monday, 8 a.m.
Hey, guys.
I can't find the damn outro.